Good afternoon. My name is Florence Stallard, and today I will be doing a 10-minute video on flavoring agents and flavoring enhancers. Now, before we can go into what a flavoring enhancer is or what a flavoring agent does, we have to go to the root of it, which is flavor. Now, to define flavor, it is a sensory impression of a food or substance and is determined mainly by the chemical senses, taste, and smell. Now, there were originally 4 basic tastes, but now there are 7. So to start those off, we had sweet, sour, bitter, and salty. And the 3 that have been added now are umami, which is a savory aspect, pungent, and metallic. Flavorings are focused on altering the flavors of natural food products such as meats and vegetables, or creating flavor for food that does not have the desirable flavors such as candies and other snacks. Most types of flavorings are focused on scent and taste. Now, when it comes to adding flavors to food, there are 3 types used. The first type is natural flavoring substances. Flavoring substances obtained from plant and animal raw materials by physical, microbiological, and enzymatic processes. They can either be used in their natural state or be processed for human consumption, but cannot contain any nature identical, or artificial flavoring substances. The second type that is used is the nature identical flavoring substances. These flavoring substances that are obtained by synthesis or isolated through chemical processes, which are chemically identical to flavoring substances naturally present in products intended for human consumption. They cannot contain any artificial flavoring substances. The third type is artificial flavoring substances. Flavoring substances not identified in a natural product intended for human consumption, whether or not the product is processed. Now that we've gone over what flavor is and what we use flavor for, we can go into what flavoring agents are and what flavor enhancers do. So to define what a flavoring agent is, it is substances added to food and to medicine to improve the quality of taste. For a flavoring enhancer, it enhances the flavor of a food product, although they themselves have no distinct odor or taste and concentration used. So one commonly used enhancer would be MSG, which is also known as monosodium glutamate. It emphasizes on the 5th taste, which is umami. This is the most common flavor enhancer. It gives you that meaty, chickeny taste. It promotes sensory receptors. The L-glutamate is a naturally occurring isomer. It has flavor enhancing properties. MSG is also used in frozen, dehydrated, or canned food, meat products per se, and fish products as well. It was introduced to Japan in 1908 and came to the Western countries in 1970. The good sources of the glutamic acid include wheat, gluten, casein, soy flour, and yeast. A second form of enhancer or additive is known as nucleotides. We have 5 nucleotides. One is IMP, which stands for inosine glutamate monophosphate, GMP, which is guanosine monophosphate. These are the alternatives to MSG. They have flavor enhancing properties that are 10 to 20 times stronger than MSG. In addition, nucleotides provide a sensation of higher viscosity in liquid foods such as soups and chowders. The good sources of nucleotides would be dried bonito fish, yeast, and fungi. MSG and nucleotides are used as flavor enhancers in meat and poultry products, vegetables, soups, and seafood. Another type of enhancer that we'll discuss is maltoid. It has a caramel-like odor. It enhances perception of sweetness in carbohydrate-rich foods such as fruit juices, marmalades, and jellies. It also acts as a flavor enhancer in chocolate and candies, ice cream, baked products, and coffee. It also exhibits antioxidant properties included in coffee and roasted cereal products. It is formed during the roasting of malt, coffee, cocoa beans, and grains. It is also found in the crust of bread. It is also formed from di, tri, and tetrasaccharides. Now, when it comes to trying to specify what an agent is compared to an enhancer, here's what you can use. So when it comes down to smell, those are the ones that focus more toward agents because chemicals are used in this case. So many flavorants consist of esters, which are often described as being sweet or fruity. So one chemical that we use to get an aroma is diacetyl, which gives you the buttery smell. Then we have isoamyl acetate, which gives the banana aroma. We have ethyl propionate, which gives a fruity smell. We have allyl hexanate, which gives you a pineapple. And we have ethyl maltol, which gives a sugar cotton candy smell to it. Now, when it comes to taste, that's when you have a flavor enhancer. So while salt and sugar can technically be considered flavorants that enhance salty and sweet taste, usually only compounds that enhance umami. Umami, or the savory flavorants, more commonly called taste and flavor enhancers, are largely based on amino acids and nucleotides. These are typically used in sodium and calcium salts. So some of the salts that we use are the glutamic acid salts. This type of amino acid is a sodium salt, which is also known as MSG, is one of the most commonly used enhancers in food processing. We have mono and diglutamate salts are commonly used. Then we have glycine salts, which are simple amino acid salts typically combined with glutamic acid as flavor enhancers. We also have guanylinic acid salts, which are nucleotide salts typically combined with glutamic acid as flavor enhancers. Then we have inosinic acid salts, which are nucleotide salts created from the breakdown of AMP. Due to the high cost of production, typically combined with glutamic acid as flavor enhancers. We also have 5'-ribonucleotide, which is a nucleotide salt typically combined with other amino acids and nucleotide salts as flavor enhancers. Now, when it comes to enhancing the sour taste, there are certain organic and inorganic acids that can be used to enhance the sour taste. Each acid imparts slightly different sour or tart taste that alters the flavor of the food. So one acid that we use is acetic acid, which gives vinegar its sour taste and distinctive smell. Next, we have ascorbic acid, which is found in oranges and green peppers and gives a crisp, slightly sour taste, also known as vitamin C. We have citric acid, which is found in citrus fruits and gives them their sour taste. We have lactic acid, which is found in various milks and fermented products, gives them a rich tartness. Then we have phosphoric acid, which is used in cola to give them its acidic taste. Now, when it comes down to color, some believe that it does not have an effect on the flavor or the taste of the product. Well, this effect is believed because of the cognitive expectation. So if you see red, someone might think it's cherry. If you see orange, someone might perceive that it's orange. And if you see purple, someone might perceive it as being grape. So those are some of the cognition expectations that people believe and feel that that's the flavor it will be. Here is the structure of the monosodium glutamate. This is also known as MSG. This is a very simple, non-complex structure here. Up next, we have the nucleotides, which has a more complex structure. It has 3 ring structures included on here. Then we have maltol, which is one simple structure, not complex at all. This includes my 10-minute presentation on flavoring enhancers and flavoring agents. I hope you enjoyed and learned a lot today. Thank you.